Hi YouTube, it's me, Blanchy. Here's a story that leaves me thinking in the end. It's called The Ugly Truth by Ashkiin. There is a bar just on the outskirts of town. I'd never been before. I didn't even know what it was called. The sign was covered in grime, just like the building. I almost drove right past the ugly thing. I overlooked it at first, instinctively pretending it wasn't even there. It's often easier to avoid unpleasantness. Just an hour ago, I had gotten home from work. I called out a greeting to my wife, sprawled out on the couch. Before heading into the kitchen, there was a note on the counter which I ignored in favor of mixing myself a drink, only to find the liquor cabinet empty. Typical. I placed several bottles of my poison of choice on the till of the local liquor store. The owner, taking them from me, gave me a disapproving shake of his head. "It may not be my place to say, but I know that look," he spoke softly, putting the bottles aside. "I can't in good conscience let you buy these, not today. There's a bar just on the outskirts of town. The bartender there set you up with what you need." And so here I was, the flickering glow of old bar lights and hum of neon greeted me as I walked in. The bar was just as empty as the lot had been, save for the bartender. She was easy on the eyes, certainly. Not a temptress by any means. Those years were far behind her. But there was a pleasantness to her. "Come on in, dear," she beckoned me in. I took my seat and watched her as she poured a small glass full of brandless clear liquor. "Now," she turned to face me with the drink in hand, "what brings you to my bar tonight?" I wanted a drink. "Nothing at home?" She raised a brow, but her voice held no surprise. "No," I sighed. "Nothing left there." She hummed to herself, then offered the glass to me. I nodded in thanks and meant to take it from her, but she caught my hand before I could touch it. "Now listen to me carefully." Her hazy eyes managed a piercing glare at me. "Drinking ain't gonna solve your problems. You know that. Deep down, you also know what's waiting for you at home." I freeze, heartily feeling her grip tighten. "This," she sloshed the glass towards me, "won't fix anything neither, but it'll help you face the ugly truth head on. You'll see clearly, no more avoiding." She let my hand go and set the glass on the table. "The choice is yours." Without another word, she turned and left. It was well after dark by the time I got back home. Without bothering to turn on the lights, I carefully stepped over to my wife, scooping her off the couch, carrying her to bed. I wiped off her face and held her close, drifting off to sleep despite her cold embrace. Holy cow. Okay. I'm thinking suicide, maybe? I mean, there was a letter on the counter. He didn't read it. She was cold when he was touching her, when he took her to bed. And, I mean, he told the bartender that, that there was nothing left there, at home, because she's like, aren't, nothing at home? And he's like, "Nothing left there." Like, okay, so suicide maybe? Or maybe he just killed her? I don't know, but it just leaves me hanging, just trying to think of what it is. So what did y'all think? Do me a favor and click on the thumbs up or down just to let me know, if you liked the story or if you didn't like it. I mean, it's a choice. I appreciate you listening to it, though. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are, of course. Subscribe. It's free, of course. And thank you, Ashkiin, for your story. Bye-bye, butterflies.